Hey everyone, Adrian here. Another live video. Today I'm going to be talking about the thing that holds most people back when they're achieving their goals, and one little mindset hack that changes everything. If you haven't noticed already, I'm out and about working, supposed to be working. If you can hear me okay, just let me know. Sorry about the shakiness and all that kind of stuff going on. I'm working today from a great group called the Funscape Group. And they own a bunch of theme parks and things like that. So it's the best job in the world. And if you see my kids pop around me, they're all sweating and stuff like that just because I'm at a trampoline park and they're going up the road to the laser arena and all that kind of jazz. So it's just an amazing group to work with. And mate, if they ever get rid of me, I'm going to be devastated because in holiday period like we're in now, man, I love coming here and stay with the kids. That's not why I'm here though. I'm here to talk to you about the thing that holds people back from achieving their goals. And I'm going to give you one little mindset hack that in my mind just changes absolutely everything. By the way, I've got some training coming up, which is all about goal setting. So if you're interested in setting goals for this year and beyond, and you want to know some really cool strategies that help you achieve goals faster, that help you achieve goals that are more meaningful for you, in an easier and a fun way, then just comment goal setting and I'll send you some information. The training starts soon, and so I'd really love you to be on the call. It's almost full. The entire program is almost full, so I might have to run it again. So if you don't make it in, just register anyway, and then I can let you know whether there are other trainings coming up. So again, just type in the comments goal setting and I'll be happy to let you know. So let me preface this training today though with this thing that I think holds people back really stems from our childhood. It stems from our parents. It's not our parents' fault, because if you're a parent out there, you probably do this as well. I know I have, and I'm going to stop myself from doing it. Here's the thing. Let's think back to our childhood and think about all the times you may have heard these things, and I wrote a few of them down. So from a young age, we're told to be careful, watch out, and stop doing that, and get down from there. And wait till you're older. What's another one? You make a mistake. You messed up. What about when we were a little bit older? You didn't pass the test. You didn't get through. You failed. You didn't get the job. I don't like you anymore. Whatever that may be. Okay. Now here's the thing. We hear it so much, and especially as a child. This is where it's most important as a child. We hear, don't do this, get down from there, stop doing that, stop hitting your brother, be quiet, all this kind of stuff. So what's the overlying factor here? Stop, don't, be careful, listen. When we're older, get a second opinion, think before you leap, all that kind of stuff. And what that does, in my opinion, and this may not necessarily be true, but it's true to me, it breeds this habit in our mind that we should be cautious and we should be careful, and it also breeds this undertone of lack of confidence, lack of courage. We're fearing the worst, and it's really been inbred in us from a young age. So if that's true for you, if it is, give me the thumbs up. I know it's true for me. I was told that, all the way up until I was like in my 20s. I still get told, certain things like, you can't do that. It's incredible how we're conditioned to say it. So I want to flick the switch for you guys today and give you a little hack that I think is going to really, really help you. So this is all about rationalizing in your mind the decisions that you're going to make, and then just coming up with a reasoning why you can do it or shouldn't do it, or what's the possibilities if you did and all that. And what it does is it gives you perspective, and it starts to teach your brain to question why you do the things that you do. And that's the thing that we're not taught from a very young age. We're taught to go to school, we're taught to be quiet, be still, answer the questions, do your work, go home, get to bed, all this kind of stuff. It's all regimented, it's all do as you're told, right? So we're never really taught to question why we are doing the things that we're doing. And if you've got young kids like I do, when I say to them things like, you know, make your bed, they're sort of saying to me like, why? Why do I have to do that? I'm only going to sleep in it tonight, you know, or, you know, we have to do this homework. Why do I have to do homework, Dad? I've been at school for 6 hours. Why do I have to do homework? So the problem that I'm having at the moment, or it's not a problem really, I've wished it upon myself, is that I'm raising these kids to be mindful. I'm raising these kids to question everything. And I'm raising them to be independent. I'm raising them to be kids that really understand themselves, that really have self-awareness. And that way they're not controlled by the machine. And the machine really is like how society tries to control everything that you do. And as a result of that, I get really outspoken, really wise, really courageous kids, and kids that talk back to me all the time. So it might be misconstrued as mischievous or, you know, just brats. But in my opinion, these are strong, beautiful, wise kids that are going to grow up to be leaders. So anyway, I'm going to roll with that thought. So here's the thing. The thing that we admire most in others, and especially people who are go-getters and who are achievers and who are high achievers in life, is really courage. You know, amidst all the adversity that they had in life, they had the courage to stay true to who they are. They were seen as different. They were seen as like outcasts in society, yet they kept going. And so we admire that type of quality. They didn't really conform. So it was kind of like going against the grain. And even though everyone was running down this path, they chose to be on this path. They chose to go the extra mile. And all of that uniqueness that, you know, hasn't been celebrated in the past now is. And we admire the courage, we admire their uniqueness, we admire their strength, we admire the fact that they are bucking the trend, that they're going against the grain. And all of that really comes down to courage, and it comes down to self-awareness and knowing who you are and having the courage to stay true to who you are, yeah? So nothing new, obviously, but one of the things that we've been conditioned to think is that we should conform, we should stay in the lines, we should be like everyone else, and that just makes us fear doing anything different. So let me give you a mindset shift that I think is going to really dramatically change your life. It changes everything from here on out if you adopt this. And this is not to be taken lightly, because a lot of the things that I say are like, man, that is so simple. Can this guy just be really serious about one mindset shift? Well, yeah, it is. It's so simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. So when you've got a mind that has been conditioned, so in my mind, if my mind's been conditioned to think a certain way about my own self-belief, how I look, how I feel, what my abilities are for 40 years, then this is super important. So these simple shifts that I'm trying to encourage people to take are really super important, because we've got to undo, unlearn, unknow a lot of the conditioning that we've been subjected to through our lives. So let's change this mindset. Let's consider one little hack that I think is going to change everything, all right? And that is just simply ask, what if? So if I look at my own life, I owned a real estate business for 10 years. It was a successful business. It did well for me and for my family. However, I was falling out of love with the industry and I wanted to change. I wanted to change because 12 months prior to making that decision, I'd already been sort of pushed, and I feel like it was a push from the universe, into marketing and into coaching and into writing blogs and creating videos and inspiring others and helping people with their business goals and their dreams and aspirations and helping them generate leads and all that kind of stuff, right? So the decision to then break away and sell that business, it was literally like one of the hardest decisions of my life, because it was like getting a divorce. I had to say goodbye to people that I've been working with. You know, my business partner I've been working with for 10 years. Some of my staff I've been working with for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. We're still dear friends to this day because we had that kind of relationship. It was so hard. So the thing is, everyone was saying the industry, like, you should keep going, it's a market starting to turn. This is when you should stay in the industry. You're making the wrong call. And in my own mind, I already had self-doubt and things like that. So I had to ask myself, what if? What if, now a good, really reframe, a good perspective to have is like, well, if I'm going to be sensible about this, what if it fails? So I sell the business and then I go into coaching. What if it fails? Well, let's rationalize it. If it fails, well, I could still get back into the industry. I could still get back into real estate again. I still got my license. So if it fails, I could get back in the industry. All right, well, what if it fails and you fall flat on your face and, whatever. So I'm just getting calls to my phone, so I'm trying to delete those as we go. So what if it fails? Well, I could, what am I going to do for income? Well, I could go and work for someone. I'm not unemployable, so I could go work for someone. What could I do? Well, fucking anything. It's like, I could sweep floors if I really get desperate. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with doing that, but, I can go stack shelves of Woolies or Coles. I'm sure someone would employ me to do something. I could go labor. I'm good with my hands. I could go and dig trenches and move bricks and shit like that. I mean, there's so many things that I could do as a result of this failing. And here's another thing. What if it worked? What if it worked? What if I succeeded? Like, what would happen if that was the truth, right? If that was the result of me taking this leap of faith, what if it worked? Well, if it worked, then I would be following my passion and my dreams right now. If it worked, I'd be inspiring many tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, it could be millions of people, could be people around the world that I could be inspiring with my training. Well, what if I succeeded? Well, hey, I'm doing something that I absolutely love. It doesn't feel like work, and I'm making an income out of it, and I'm inspiring others. I'm not taking away from the world, I'm giving back, right? It's kind of like this beautiful two-way street. So what if it worked? What if I just learned one new thing from this? What if it gave me one new strategy, one new tool, one new mindset shift, one new skill that I could then bring into someone else's business or another person's, another job, another career, whatever they may be. So for example, what if they said yes? What if someone said, yes, I would like to hire you, how would that feel? So that what if question is something that reframes your mindset to go and think about possibilities and to go and think about contingency plans and to go and think about worst case scenarios and best case scenarios. That frame of what if starts to help a certain part of your brain which rationalizes and processes your thought process properly. It processes your decision making properly. You can do this with everything in your life. And that's why I say this one little mindset hack changes everything. You can take it in any aspect of your life, So one of the trainings that I have with a dear friend of mine, Scotty Franklin, we run a couple of times a year, is called the 7 Domains of Life. So in whether it's in business or career, whether it's in hobbies or interests or free time, or whether it's in passion, whether it's in health, whether it's in relationships, family, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter which area of your life. You can apply this to every single area of your life. You can apply this question and this rationale and this mindset shift to any area of your life. It simply has that much of a profound effect. Is this making sense so far? Send the likes and the hearts across the screen. Let me know that this is actually resonating with you guys, okay? For you guys who are online, thank you so much for tuning in. I dearly appreciate the time that you take to listen to, all this stuff that I have to say. All right, if you're interested, once again, I've got a training coming up, which is how to set goals in 2019 and beyond, and in a way that I think is not really being taught enough. And it's really bucks the trend of traditional goal setting. So if you want to learn how to set goals that really appeal to you, that you understand what's holding you back, you understand your limiting beliefs, you understand how to overcome them, you understand a series of practices and a kind of mindset program that you can follow that is enables you to achieve any one of your goals in any area of your life, no matter whether it's today or tomorrow, the day after, the next year or whatever, for the rest of your life going forward, then simply comment in the comment section, goals, and I'll send you some information. You can register, it's absolutely free and it's all online. So I'll be most happy if you were to join me for that. If you don't happen to get in because it's got limited seating at the moment, only allowed 100 to people to attend, and I've already got close to 100 people registered. So if you do not get in, or if this time doesn't suit you, just register anyway, and that way I can keep you updated with extra trainings that I may run, because it looks like I may have to run a few of these to accommodate for the demand, which is super cool, yeah? All right, that's it for me. I'm gonna leave you with that. Thank you so much for your time today, and I really appreciate those who are stuck around and help me deliver this message. It's been a pleasure serving you, and until the next video, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.